Hey everyone, welcome back to a new Wizard101 video. This is going to be the final video in my Wizard101 Gear Guide series. We went through all the levels from level 1 to 50, 50 to 99, and now 100 to the end of the game, which currently is 125. So we're going to be talking about the end game gear, what you can farm for. I'm on my Storm because he's got most of the gear that I'm going to be talking about in this video. And we're in Darkmoor because this is going to be your next stop for where you go for gear. But I guess before this, since a little ahead of the game here in Darkmoor, I forgot at level 99 you can get the Morganth gear. Final boss of Chrysalis. She has a lot of gear, like a lot of really good gear that I even use still on this character. And one of those is the Amulets. You can get that at 99. So I could have mentioned that in the last video, but you know, it's fine. Still going to mention it here because, you know, 99 100, pretty close level. But you can equip this and use at level 99. So forget about that. Morganth Amulets are really good. There's also Morganth Thames. And there's also, I think, rings too. So she drops a lot of good stuff for that. The Amulets, I think, are some of the best. I mean, the Thames are pretty good too. But those are all the things that Morganth drops. I mean, look at this. I have both the Thame and the Amulet equipped. I use both of those. And then I also have the Darkmoor one too. So I don't know. I have two of each. Two Morganth, two Darkmoor. I kind of just switch them out. I mean, they're really close in stats here. But it just kind of depends what gear set I'm going for. So I got both of those. Both really good at Thames. And these are from Morganth. These are from Darkmoor. So that is one thing you'll be farming for. The Amulets are really good. I know people farm for these for a long time. I farmed a long time for Morganth Amulets. And something you're going to be spending time on is going for that. So Morganth is probably your first stop. Next stop is going to be Darkmoor at level 100. You get your spell from Darkmoor. You get the vast majority of your gear from Darkmoor. So this is your next stop. And you're going to be spending some time with Morganth, some time with Malistaire in Darkmoor. So those are basically your next two big stops. And Darkmoor will be able to give you basically your three main pieces of gear: hat, robe, boots, everything. Whatever you can get from this is going to be helpful for you later on. So I would try to get all of it. You know, there's also good Pierce wands from Malistaire. So let me see where mine is. I think it's a little further. Yeah, here's a Pierce one from Malistaire there. Pretty good. Good for certain PvP sets. You want a lot of Pierce, or just if you want a lot of Pierce. I use this when I go up against some people that I know are going to shield. I need a lot of Pierce for it. So really good wand there. The Thames from the Ice Boss in Graveyard. You can get the actually it's this one. You can get the great Darkmoor Thames. These are really good. You know, I have plenty of sets where I use Darkmoor and some where I use Morganth. So both of these really good. This one you're gonna farm the Ice Boss in order to get your Thame. Amulet we already talked about. That's from Morganth. You can get that. Yeah, I mean you can equip it starting at level 99. And then the ring, this one, actually I'm not going to talk about that one yet because it's 120. But this is where the gear starts to get kind of weird because I was thinking, I'm like, what is there at level 110 that's actually an increase from level 100? Like Darkmoor gear, like what's the next step after Darkmoor gear? And for some, there's not really too much of a difference there. But what level is the, what do you call it? The Kharkov Hatcher and the Rattlebones gear. I actually don't even know if I have it on here. Do I have any Kharkov Hatcher or Rattlebones? I'm not sure. But there are certain schools that benefit from Kharkov Hatcher and that benefit from Rattlebones. So depending on your school, if you're Storm, you don't need to worry about it. Storm does not need Kharkov Hatcher or Rattlebones. But there are a lot of schools, I would say most schools can benefit from the Kharkov Hatcher hat and the Rattlebones robe. So those are two things. I'm not sure exactly what level that is. I kind of want to look it up because I feel like I need to. Unfortunately, I don't have any gear of that. But I'm going to switch characters quick and we'll look. Okay, I quickly switched to my Life Wizard to see because I know he has Kharkov Hatcher and Rattlebones robe. It's level 100. So level 100 is a huge increase in gear. They went all out with level 100 gear. So for certain schools, not Storm, but a lot of the other ones, you will benefit from the Kharkov Hatcher hat and the Rattlebones robe. Those are two things that could be better than your Darkmoor gear. So it just depends. You just need to look at the stats or look up some other guides on which school, because this gear guide is not school specific, but I know for a fact that Storm does not benefit from them. It just depends. On my life, I use both Rattlebones and Kharkov Hatcher Hat, so it's good. That's when I want to hit. So that's the best hitting gear is from those, and the Darkmoor stuff is also just really good. I mean, if you want like a little bit of increase in stats, then you're gonna go to farm Kharkov Hatcher and Rattlebones for those. So just keep those in mind. Those are places where you can get gear, and you can also farm. I know those duels are crowns only, but you can farm for them in certain places. So that's how you would get that gear. All this gear so far is level 100 because there's just so much. So Darkmoor, Kharkov Hatcher, Rattlebones, those are all big places for gear. I guess level 110, I have to mention that there are 110 wands that you might go for from packs. I know I said I wouldn't mention the packs too much, but that's basically the only thing I can think of for level 110 in terms of like upgrades for your gear. So 110, I mean, you could go for packs. Otherwise, I mean, you can just keep going to level 120. You'll probably be fine. Like Darkmoor gear can take you to the end of the game. I mean, that's just kind of the staple gear. This is the staple dungeon, Darkmoor, and the gear has been good for the longest time since Darkmoor came out. So in terms of the decks, level 110, you can get the rat decks, and these are really good. These are some of the best decks in the game. Not quite the best, but they're up there. I use the rat deck on my Storm. I don't have the better one, which is the Omen deck, but the Omen decks are also good. So Rasputin is easier because, well, let's be honest, Omen is a difficult fight. It takes a long time. Rasputin is the second best option. He also has a chest, so you can get that. But the triangle decks from the rat are some of the best in the game for level 110. The better ones are going to be Omen, but that's harder to get. I have an Omen deck on my Fire because we used to farm that, but not on my Storm. So those are the best decks, are going to be the rat right now and Omen. So you can get that 110. I'm not sure what level Omen is. Probably like 100 or 110 or something. But those are the best decks you're going to be going for at that level. Not too much else I can think of for level 110. But then you're going to go to level 120. And level 120, well, we got upgrades for the rings. They added in the Mimic Boss, which is a gold key. And for this one, you can farm. I farmed for this ring for so long. It took me forever to get this ring. But it was worth it for me because I use it all the time. This is an insane crit ring. Also great damage ring. And I've just been using it forever. So best ring in the game, I think, for Storm. Right here with the Mimic. You can get that in Mirage. And is there any other ones? I know there's some other like better... it's not really better rings. This one's not really better. You can just see like the increase. This ring, Tetris Ringlet of Tempest, I think that one was from the Sands of Time. And you can just tell like the upgrade, you know, from this one to the Mimic Ring. So Mimic Rings are insane. Go for those if you want some of the best rings, the best crit rings, best damage rings in the game are going to be from that, and that's for 120. So those are some of the best things that you can get. At this point, once you get your gear from Darkmoor, the only other things that you really start to upgrade are like your ring, a theme. I mean, a theme is basically from Darkmoor though. The rings are upgradable. The boots are one thing that I change out a lot. I'm currently using the boots from the Professor's Horde pack. The boots from that pack were insane. There's also the boots from for damage. This is from the, what is this, the Gulchers pack, I think. At this point, all the wands are going to be pack ones except the craftable wand. For 125, you can get the craftable one. What level was the other one? There's the one before this. Was it like 120 or something? You can get the other craftable wand, which is super high damage. So you can craft those, but the other ones that I use are from packs. So there's no real way around it at that point because it's kind of hard. Once you get like to the super high levels of the game, you have to spend crowns in order to get some the pieces of gear. But if you think about it, for most of the game, you don't really have to spend crowns to get gear. I mean, you have to spend crowns or, you know, money on a membership, but you don't actually have to spend a ton to get like the best gear, because you can get good gear that will last you for a long time with Mount Olympus and then Waterworks and then Darkmoor. Like if you go through all those, you'll be okay. You won't have the best gear in the game, but you wouldn't have to worry about that until you get to max level anyway. So the only other thing that I haven't mentioned yet is 125. 125, you can start going for the Cabal's gear. I've talked about this in my Storm setup video. Kabbalist is what you can farm for at 125, and that's the highest damage gear in the game. 32% damage just on the boots here, and for Storm, and 28% on these. It's just insane. So you would farm for those, and then after that, that's basically it. Then you kind of come up with a set that you like, and yeah, you're golden. That's it. You've got some of the best gear in this game. So that's basically everything that I have to offer for this gear guide. It's not as concrete as it was in other gear guides, because once you get to high levels, it's really what you want. So I just wanted to make this video as a basis so you know what to look for once you hit these levels. I'm sure a lot of people that are max level in this game already know all this, you know, but just in case you didn't, in case you missed a certain, you know, piece of gear, you don't have everything that's the best, maybe this will kind of fill in the gaps for you to see, like, oh yeah, you know, the Mimic has good rings, I should probably see if I can get that. I should try to farm it or something, you know. So I think that's it. I think that's all I can offer for this gear guide. Just wanted to be a basis for everyone just to look at and be like, okay, this is kind of what I should be going for at this level. So hope you guys enjoyed it. All 3 of the gear guides are done. I don't know if I would ever make another one of these because, well, when the new world comes out, I'll just do a video on my store. I'm just saying what the best gear is. I don't think I need to do a gear guide for a while. So that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. This is kind of my first attempt at some type of guide on this channel, so I hope it was good. I know I definitely feel like the other 2 videos were better than this one, but once you get to the high level, it's kind of just like you got to mix and match. You got to kind of pick what's going to be best for you. It also depends on your pet too. Like, I only use certain pieces of gear because my pet can also fill in with critical and some damage there. You know, I wouldn't use a ring with this much crit, you know, if I had a pet that had like full, I mean, my pet has a lot of crit. I only go for this much because I want 100% crit on my Storm. So it depends what you want. You might want a pet that has all damage. So it's up to you. But that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, if you did, leave a like on this video. Subscribe for more Wizard videos in the future, and I'll see you all next time.